Why should I be reelected as your county sheriff?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you right now that I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I enjoy helping the citizens of Itasca County. Doesn't matter where you live in the county, I care about the people here. And I think that it's important to know that when you're first elected sheriff, it's a big learning curve and it takes a while to get adjusted. One of the things you have to live with is the time frame of an election process. I don't know how the people that have to go every 2 years do it, because you're got a year you're trying to figure it out, and then a year you have to run again, and a year you figure it out, and a year you have to run for a campaign again. Right now I believe that I've held this office with integrity, and I treat people fairly, and I'm working hard for everyone in Itasca County.
What do you plan to do if you get reelected?
Continue being the sheriff, and I know the job of the sheriff comes with a lot of responsibility. We've done a lot of stuff as far as upgrading the technology. Right now we're doing a brand new 911 system for when you call the sheriff's office, where you'll get the 911 calls, and that's going to be a continuing project once I'm reelected into the next year, and probably the next 2 or 3 years to get fully established. And we're transitioning to a brand new records management system at the same time.
What is the hardest part about being a sheriff?
The hardest part about being the sheriff probably is balancing the relationships of your law enforcement to the rest of your community, and going through each community's turmoil and trauma, because we get to see the 5% of what happens. As a sheriff, you personally go through each thing that happens, and it's hard on you to not take this personally, because you see what's happening to the people around you, whether it's the seniors who are being victimized by these people that call them on the phone to try to steal their money, to the people that end up in jail because life has just gone bad for them. As the county sheriff, I do take everything that happens to the people here personally, and it's probably aging me faster than it needs to, but I do care about what happens to the people here.
What do you do on a daily basis?
Yeah, Mr. Trombley, who is our professional behind the camera,
Yep.
has stated that what is there a set schedule? Is there certain things you do? I have a set schedule, and I have a regimen of things that I need to attend to each day. What happens is a lot of times that changes as things come down or incidents come up. In the middle of something, I could have all of a sudden a dramatic change in my schedule that swings me way off of where I thought I was going to be that day. As the county sheriff, I have to deal with 4 divisions of the sheriff's office: the patrol division, the correctional facility or the jail, the communications and 911 system, and my administrative staff, who does civil process and a lot of the court paper systems. So those are going every day, and I couldn't do this job as the sheriff without my staff. There's so much that this job encompasses that it's a huge responsibility, and you have to be a versatile and caring person to be doing it.
All right, thank you. Should you be elected?
Well, I think that I bring to the table something a little different than Sheriff Williams. I've worked for the Itasca County Sheriff's Office for almost 13 years now. So I know that there's differences between what Greenway needs, Greenway Township needs, what Balsam Township needs, what Big Fork needs compared to Deer River, Cohasset. Every part of Itasca County has different needs. And I think that if I'm elected, I know what the different parts of the county need. I know there's a big cabin break-in problem up in Balsam. I know over in Cohasset there's a ingrowing of drug control that needs to be dealt with over there. So I just think that I have a first-hand, better knowledge of dealing with the criminal element in Itasca County, and I know that there needs to be some restructuring done in the Itasca County Sheriff's Department to get it done.
What is the hardest part of being a sheriff?
The sheriff or my current job as a deputy?
Or your current job?
My current job, I think anytime I have a call that concerns a kid getting hurt is the hardest. You guys know I'm a dare instructor here at Greenway. When I go on calls and there's an accident and little kids get hurt, that's the toughest part of my job. You know, unless you're in the military, you're just not trained to deal with that stuff, and I think it's something that you never get used to seeing.
What do you do on a daily basis?
As a deputy?
Yep.
I start out my shift either at 6 at night or 6 o'clock in the morning. We work 12-hour shifts. And from there, I'm basically subject to whatever the radio tells me. If it's a quiet day, we go out and we patrol, we do business checks, we'll stop and talk to local business owners, and just get out there and I've always felt that if the public is comfortable talking to you, and if they know you on a first name basis, if I walk into Petrich's store right now, they know who I am, they know where I work, and I think we need that relationship where people are comfortable talking to us. Because not every time people want to talk to a cop isn't just when they're getting pulled over. People have genuine problems out there and they want to talk to people, and they feel more comfortable when they know you. So, other than that, I mean, we answer the radio all day long. Our calls can range from, anything from as basic as trespass laws to a dog bite call, or to homicide or sexual assault cases, a lot of domestics and suicides. And you never know what your day is going to bring as a deputy sheriff, I can tell you that. So.
All right, thank you.
That's it?
Yep.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
What is Ebola?
Ebola is an infectious disease that is pretty contagious, and it started out in Africa, and so far we have just a few cases in the United States.
How can you get infected?
Well, it's usually Ebola virus is transferred from person to person through body fluids, and specifically the body fluids would be blood, vomit, urine, feces, sweat, spit, and just other fluids. So it can be transferred through needles or like IVs, things like that. And it also initially started through infection through animals, so contact with animals or their meat. So it's not spread, which I should probably really mention. It's not really spread through casual contact. If you're next to somebody else, it's not spread through air, water, or food that's grown or legally purchased in the United States. So that's just, we are protected here in the United States in many ways. So,
What are the chances that there could be a major outbreak in the U.S.?
well, so far the Center for Disease Control has been really active at airports as people are moving in. So they're trying to protect the U.S. from an epidemic of starting. We've had, I think there's like 3 cases to date, 2 or 3 actually. I haven't kept up on it just recently. And they've been contained, and what they do is quarantine them for 21 days. 1 man did die. The United States did do experimental treatment on another one, and so far he has survived. One thing that's kind of important to mention too is Ebola can only be spread to others after symptoms begin. So the person has to be actively sick, and usually the people that are getting Ebola are the people that are caring for other people that are sick.
James, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Kit Kats.
Nice. What do you think is the most popular candy?
Kit Kats.
What do you prefer, chocolate or non-chocolate?
Chocolate.
Attaboy.
What are the 2 Halloween capitals in the United States?
Salem, Massachusetts, and then I'm going to guess Amity, New York, because of the Amityville horror. That's my guess.
Corinne, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Bar.
What's that?
Hershey's candy bar.
Good. What do you think is the most popular candy?
Twix.
Twix?
Ethan, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Twix.
Nice. What do you think is the most popular Halloween candy?
Hershey's bars.
Nice.
so let's just go for it.
Can we like staple some red yarn on top of this?
Do you have a brown?
Yeah, let's just, wait, is all around Shane, is all around the pumpkin supposed to be like the whole
No,
face?
it doesn't have to be.
One side?
Yeah, do this and then we'll do like this. Make full face.
There we go. Top three in order, 1, 2, 3.
That we agree on.
That you guys agree on, yes.
You know what my opinion? One.
That was my one. Yeah.
Brandon,
I
he's
agree.
gonna be different.
This is the closest to Mr. Right that
Yep.
Mr. Right is
It
ever
even
been.
has muscle arms.
Muscle arms, that's
Even
hilarious.
complete with the arms.
And that is Can you give me just 2 more minutes and I'll do it? Thank you. And then I think Dan Mell is pretty recognizable.
That's what for number 2.
Yep.
I thought that was Mr. Florsheim.
No.
Look closely.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
No red hair.
It's the big head.
Plus, he's bald up top. There's no hair up
Well,
top.
it's bald, he has a big head, and he looks like a lumberjack. And the teeth are very prominent. Red hair on Florsheim's pumpkin.
They outvoted me, so.
Florsheim's number 3.
Number 3.
All right. Thank you guys.
Welcome.